These artistic works of Buddhists interpreting Christianity is based on a missiological principle which is the contrary of the traditional missiology. In the traditional missiology, the church tells the Buddhist who Christ is. We do the opposite. We ask the Buddhists who Christ is. They tell us who Christ is, and in that dialogue we not only know who Christ is for them, but also who Christ is for us in Asia. So this is a kind of a dialogue with artists who believe in another religion, but find Christ as an excellent object of both artistic appreciation and of religious devotion. So all these people who have made these depictions of Christ either in murals, in clay or in paintings have given us a message that if we want to speak of Christ even among ourselves, there is a language to be used, and these Buddhists have given us the language. The statue behind us is made of clay. It's a very difficult material to work on. It took many years to work on it, also to study the scriptural content of this message. It's a Samaritan woman meeting Jesus at the well and Jesus asking for water, and here we show the Samaritan woman actually giving the water. And there is a symbol here with the artist and I, after 2 years of dialogue, discussion of the scriptural text, came to realize how the scene should be depicted. Now actually this probably never happened. John dramatizes this conversion of Samaria to Christ after the resurrection. John has a way of dramatizing historical facts which brings all the depth of meaning which normally you don't see in a narrative. Here it is not a bad woman who happens to meet Jesus, but it is Miss Samaria meeting her first love at a well. It's a well-side wedding, because in the scriptures women who meet men at the well side end up in marriage. I think John wants to show the remarriage of Samaria to God, to Yahweh. And this is the message that we try to unfathom reading the 4th chapter of St. John, the 4th Gospel. And here Samaria had 5 shrines to false gods. It apostatized. It left Yahweh. So this scene brings back the conversion of Samaria in the person of this woman. And the woman is shown to be giving water actually, while Jesus is receiving the water bent down with hands cupped. Now there is a historical background, an Asian background to this. In India and Sri Lanka, and India still, the low caste people don't drink water from a cup. When they come, because they pollute your cup, so they pour water and they cup their hands and drink it. Now what we want to show here, the artist and I came to this conclusion. Here Jesus reveals himself as Yahweh in his humility. He becomes lower than the lowest. That's typical of God of the Bible. And I was inspired by a text in the Psalms in Hebrew. It speaks of Yahweh or Hashem. Anvatka tervani means Yahweh, God, you bend down in humility before me, that gesture of humbleness just to make me feel great. That is what God does to us. And we want to show that the Samaritan woman rejected became someone because God was able to bend down like a low caste woman, lower than her, and asking for water and drinking in that manner to show that scriptural text in the Psalms, which the Greeks could not understand. They had another version. With his powerful hand, he showed his might. That is how the Greek text, if I remember well, says. There was power. Here there is humility. The Hebrew text I take because it is the text that the Jews still pray with. So it is lex orantis, lex credentis. This is the belief of the people of God, that God humbled herself before the humblest, so that with the humblest they could give us salvation. Now I think that message is given very beautifully here, and also there is a way in which the bending of Jesus and the cupping of the hands create an atmosphere of, or rather a new concept of God which is not found anywhere, a humble God. Because Jesus proved his divinity precisely by his humility. Our God is humble, and this struck the minds of everybody here, Christian and non-Christians. Here there is a God who is humble, God who would join the sinners and be baptized among sinners. Jesus, a God who in Jesus would be crucified with sinners. His first public act and the last public act was just a reflection of God who is humble. So this is the message that is given through this statue.